Yeah, man.
Good evening, welcome. Board of Supervisors call meeting Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, 7 p.m. Board meeting room, 39 Bank Street, Southeast, Chatham, Virginia, 24531. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Bowman?
Here.
Mr. Dalton?
Here.
Mr. Dudley?
Present.
Mr. Ingram?
Here.
Mr. Whittle?
Here.
Mr. Height?
Here.
Mr. Tucker?
Here. Are there any items to be added to the agenda? Any items to be added to the agenda?
No, sir.
Hearing none, I will ask for an approval of the agenda.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Dalton.
Second.
Mr. Height, thank you so much. Second, we will approve the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, gentlemen, cast your vote. Motion passes unanimously. We're now at item number 5, public hearings. Each person addressing the board under a public hearing shall step up, give his or her name and district and/or his/her place of residency for non-county citizens in an audible tone of voice for the record, and unless further time is granted by the chairman, shall limit his/her address to 3 minutes. Speakers for a group shall be limited to 10 minutes. Speakers shall conclude their remarks at that time unless the consent of the board is affirmatively given to extend the speaker's allotted time, absent chairman's approval. No person shall be able to speak who has not signed up to speak. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up?
We don't.
Is there anyone here that wished to speak that did not sign up? Mr. Coleman, come on up, sir. Thank you for being here.
This is for the literary loan, is that correct? For the schools? Perfect, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I believe we'll need to specifically open the public hearing.
Excuse me.
I believe we'll need to officially open the public hearing.
Okay, thank you, sir. It is now 7:03. We open the public hearing. Thank you.
Good evening, Chairman Tucker,
Yes.
and to the remaining Board of Supervisors. My name is Thomas Coleman. I'm the Vice Chair for the Dan River Blair Civic League. Excuse me. I'm here tonight to endorse the school board budget. The league endorsed the FY26 year of the, I'm sorry, let me back up. The league takes pride in making sure that all of the students throughout the county have the proper and necessary tools for education. We not only endorse the county overall budget, we excuse me, we mostly endorse the school budget, and we want to thank everybody and appreciate all the hard work that they do. And we appreciate that. And this time, I just want to thank the board for y'all's work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. All right, at this time, we close the public hearing, 7:04. Anyone else signed up to speak?
No, sir.
Thank you so much. We will move to item 5A. Ms. Vanderhyde? would
Mr.
you-
Chairman, we actually do need a vote on that one. That is the resolution for the schools, not the actual budget.
I can make that motion
Hang-
if
Okay.
you like.
Hang on one second. Can we get Ms. Vanderhyde to the podium to present, please? Thank you. And then we can actually vote. Thank you, Madam Clerk, but let's
You're welcome.
go through it, okay?
So item A is a public hearing that no one was signed up for, but I did want to talk to you a little bit about it.
Thank you.
This was another opportunity for our school system to borrow loans from the Virginia Department of Education. It is a literary fund loan that is offered by the state of Virginia. Last year, we were fortunate enough to borrow funds from that same literary fund at 2%, and it's based on need usually as to whether you get a good interest rate or not. So we would be scheduled to probably receive this money at 2% again. That amount that we are requesting this time is $24,482,838, and it includes 4 projects that are shown in Exhibit A, and they were in your packet. But for the sake of those that might be watching online and for the ones that are here, those schools that will be receiving some improvements are Chatham Elementary. They're having HVAC improvements at a total of $7,018,000. Hart Elementary School, HVAC improvements at $8,228,000. Mount Airy Elementary School, HVAC improvements at $5,687,000. And Union Hall Elementary School, they're going to have, in addition to their school facility, so some classrooms will be added at $3,549,838. These are just estimates. What we usually do, or what the schools will do, they make the most of what their opportunities are. So this may or may not be the exact total. It would be the maximum that it would be, but they do try to get grants or loan or other types of funding sources to help offset that. And just so you know that our 1% sales tax that we receive and keep in a separate fund will be the funds that pay these
Yes.
loan funds back. So it'll be no additional funds from the general fund to cover this loan. So what we need from you all tonight, the school board's already passed a resolution to be able to apply for these funds, and you all just have to mirror that and do a similar resolution. So you all will be voting on that resolution to borrow funds tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Vanderhyde. Are there any questions for Ms. Vanderhyde from the board?
Mr. Tucker?
Yes, sir, Mr. Gold.
Yeah, if you don't mind. So, Ms. Vanderhyde, so the money would be borrowed during this upcoming FY 1 July?
They're actually, the loan applications are due next week.
Okay.
And so we just started drawing down funds from last year's loan, and they became available. You can usually just draw them as you have expenditures. So our first draw was made in December. And so as we make expenditures, that's when we can draw those funds. So they're pretty readily available
Okay.
once we get all the documents back to them that are required.
So these funds can be carried over to the next year?
Yes.
Excellent. That's all I've got. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Any additional questions for Ms. Vanderhyde? Thank you. Now, I will entertain that motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion. Make a motion approving resolution number 2025-05-01, authorizing county schools to file one or more applications to the literary fund of the Commonwealth of Virginia in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $24,482,838. And that is my motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second
Mr. Dudley. Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Who's second that we would approve the resolution? Any further discussion? Any further discussion? If not, gentlemen, cast your votes. Thank you so much. Motion passes unanimously. We now will entertain item 5B, public hearing FY 2026 school budget. Ms. Vanderhyde.
So So the second public hearing is for our school budget. We do have to vote on those separately. So your school board budget, which was part of the full county budget, totals $132,471,056, and it does include a local contribution from the general fund of $26,370,554. So after hearing from the public on this budget, this will have to lay for 7 days, and this will be on your agenda for next week's meeting. And so after everything's said and done, it will be approved on the 20th of May.
Thank you, Ms. Vanderhyde. Any questions for Ms. Vanderhyde from the board? No questions? All right. We need a motion.
I don't think no action's
No,
needed.
no action?
Yes.
Okay.
Just the public, pardon, Mr. Chairman, just the public hearing.
Okay. 7:10, we open public hearing. Madam Clerk, anyone sign up to speak?
No, sir.
Anyone here that wants to speak that has not signed up to speak? 7:10, I close the public hearing. Thank you. We move to item 5C, public hearing on your FY 2026 county budget. Ms. Vanderhyde.
So this budget was presented to you all on April 15th, and, yes, that's correct. On April 15th, it was presented by Mr. Shorter, and he worked very diligently to get this budget, along with our Finance Committee, to get a total budget of $257,574,766. This budget was advertised for 2 weeks on April 23rd and again on April 30, so it allowed us to have the public hearing tonight on May 13th. This total does not include any money from unassigned fund balance, which means that we had revenues to cover all of our expenditures, which is good news. And just like the school board budget, this will be a separate item on your meeting next week. It too has to lay over for 7 days before you all can vote. And all of these items that I'm speaking of do meet the requirements of Virginia Code Section 15.2. That is where all your information about budget is located. The school budget is covered by Virginia Code Section 22.1 of the Code of Virginia. So all of these items do cover you as far as the code is concerned. And after next week, we'll have a balanced budget that will be approved on the May 20th.
Thank you, Ms. Vanderhyde. Any questions for Ms. Vanderhyde from the board? No questions. Well, let me take just a moment to express my gratitude to Ms. Vanderhyde and her team. You all did a wonderful job, and we also thank Mr. Shorter for presenting the budget. And what an amazing job when you have limited resources, but at the same time, we're able to balance the budget and not really have to borrow Peter to pay Paul and plug holes with, the revenue streams that we have currently. And to all of those that are on the actual Finance Committee, my Vice Chair, Mr. Bowman, thank you so much for the additional time that you put in. We had quite a learning experience, and we just had good input from everyone and to the remainder of the board. I appreciate everyone's patience as we go through this process, but let me reassure everyone that Ms. Vanderhyde is a wonderful resource in terms of how she takes care of the finances for this county. And, just a window into her psyche, she's a fiscal conservative in terms of how we manage this county's budget. So, ma'am, we certainly owe you a debt of gratitude, and we say thank you. Okay?
Thank you. It takes all of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know that's right, but you lead the charge. Thank you so much. All right, open the public hearing at 7:14. Anyone sign up to speak?
No, sir.
Well, we'll close it at 7:14. All right, I don't believe that any action is necessary. We'll address that at our board meeting. All right, Anything else to claim our attention?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Anything from the board?
No, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Ingram.
I do want to echo what was already been said about Ms. Van der Heide. What a wonderful job that she does. I wish she could manage my pocketbook. Mr. Shorter, once again, thank you for doing such a good job. And I did want to personally thank our Finance Committee, you, Mr. Chairman, as the chairman.
Thank you, sir.
I know you guys put a lot of work into it. Mr. Height, thank you, sir, Mr. Bowman, Mr. Dudley. You guys have done a fabulous job, and personally, I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ingram. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman, if
Yes,
I
sir.
would, and kudos to Ms. Vander Heide one more time. She spoke at the Concerned Citizens meeting last Monday night and did an absolutely outstanding job with her PowerPoint presentation. And I would imagine there were about 30-plus people there that became educated in the budget, not only the process, but how we got to the numbers we got to. And very few questions came out of it. It was very good. So excellent job there, getting out with the public and educating them on how this budget process works. So, and again, Mr. Tucker, thank you for your leadership when it came to the Finance Committee, for getting us where we are, and all the folks on the Finance Committee. Mr. Shorter, thank you for your presentation on the budget. And with that being said, that's all I've got.
All right, last call. We stand adjourned.